Good afternoon, Dr. Jim Palermo from Gardner Webb coming to you again with a brief video introduction for Week 4, Module 4 of MELS 603, Resources in the Law. This week you have a bunch of readings to do again in Volumes 1 and 2. They're listed there for you. This is again going to be an announcement that will be sent to you and will be posted in Blackboard. Everything that you need, by the way, is there in Blackboard if you will explore and find it. Please do review the documents in the Module 4 content, including the Public School Forum Report. That's interesting, and while I'm not giving you an assignment there, I hope that you will use it. But the DPI web quest will be a useful document for you as you research some questions and respond in the discussion. Two discussions this week, that web quest and also one on the law and teacher rights. Thank you for your thoughtful discussions and posts in the discussion board. Really good responses, and most of you are really doing a great job of reading and responding to others too. So thank you for that. After you watch this video introduction, please do go back and reference the documents that I have reviewed here. So what documents? This week, a real big deal is the skip. You have this assignment coming up. You have done a stakeholder community involvement plan or project, parts A and B. You should have done some needs assessment, perhaps with the TWC or a document that you might have created yourself. I have talked a little bit in the past about parts C and D. Part E, the journal, is something you should have been working on if you have not done it already. But all taken together, the stakeholder community involvement plan is just what it says. How can you affect change at your school, lead change by involving and collaborating with others to identify a need to improve something at your school, some way? It should tie back to your stakeholders. Who are they? Parents, community, you decide who your stakeholders are, but based on the philosophy that it takes a village to help raise up a child, then we do always need to reach out, we school people need to reach out to the community, to parents, to stakeholders, to increase and improve their involvement and have their help in reaching our goals. So what did you identify as a need in A and B? Is that something that you have the support and approval of your principal or improvement team, parent group? Don't try to fix everything at once. A lot of great skips that I've seen over the years pick some measurable thing that's happening at the school now. Parent involvement is measured by attendance at PTA meetings, or the number of parent outreach or information sessions that you might have, literacy nights, curriculum nights at school. If you have none right now, then instituting one or two of those this school year would meet the goals of the skip to increase or improve community involvement in the school. So what's low-hanging fruit, and how much can you align this with existing plans? Don't go inventing something new. If the school improvement plan says that you want to improve communication by adding a website or doing Friday folders, think about something simple that's already being done and weave that into your plan. Now, a different kind of approach for the marketing plan, and by the way, if you've identified a need, I jump really to the marketing plan as an action plan. Who's going to do what, how you're going to get it done, who's responsible, what's the timeline, how you're going to measure it. So any action plan format, but make sure that you cover those basics if you choose to do it in a table plan format. But I start with the action plan and then work backward to resources. Do it any way that works for you. But a different approach is that some schools do already have a marketing plan. They're perhaps magnet schools or compete for students coming to in their district. If that's the case and you already have a marketing plan, writing it into your skip as the marketing plan may be the way to go. And you may have a separate goal to improve communication, but a marketing plan to have open houses, draw parents in, sell your school. So um, if that's the way you need to approach your skip, they should be individualized. They should not be cookie cutter, and I hope that's the case. So once you have your plan, then go back and look at resources, part C, the resource identification, and really try to drill down. Maybe you are getting lots of volunteers and donated information or donated supplies for your workshop, for your project, for whatever it is that you want to do. But make sure that you work through the whole process and know the details. If Ms. Smith, the computer teacher, is willing to conduct the training for free, well, say so. And if she responded to you in an email about it, document that and put it into your skip in C for resources or E in the journal. The journal says that you will keep a log, a diary, some sort of running journal of the process of the skip, and do add evidence of collaboration if you have it. Here's the important stuff I want you all to think about as online students. This is my first opportunity to really read your work products. I haven't seen your skip A and B's, but I would like you to think about putting skip C, D, and E together for me, or submitting them as separate files all at once so that I can read them together and try to make sense of your skip. And in the assignment where you load these separate Word documents, you can put a little introduction or perhaps a note that says to me what the need was that you identified in your skip A and B. Or if you want to put the whole document in the skip A and B for me to read, that's fine too. I like labeling that works, that's clear. If you haven't had any other instruction on this, or you don't need to switch for me, but I like a first initial, last name, the artifact component, and the date in order to name these files and keep them separate. So a naming system, a labeling system that works for me is J. Palermo, skip C, the date, September 28th. And then subsequent versions ought to be saved as skip C, September 30th or 40th or whatever it is. For continuity, I would appreciate reading them as a group, but you are then going to have to load them into TaskStream as separate files. So do create and save them as skip C, D, and E as separate files and load them that way, and then that's good. You're going to load them into Blackboard. I'm going to grade them there, and the goal is to get proficient. Let me be clear about that. Outstanding or exemplary, number 4, is something that I see occasionally, but I don't feel that every artifact that I read or component is. Look at the rubric. If the rubric says that you're outstanding or exemplary, that's the grade it'll get. But if it's proficient, I want you to move on. Rather than, I'm going to allow 2 attempts in Blackboard. If it's not proficient, I'm going to send it back to you and say, here's what you have to do to review it, redo it, and make sure that it gets to proficient. You'll have 2 attempts to get to a 3. If it's a 3 or 4, I ask that you then submit it into TaskStream, where I hope that I'm going to be a reviewer for you and have the opportunity to again give you the feedback that I've initiated here in our course. And remember, creating this whole electronic portfolio in TaskStream is your major goal here in the MELS program. Affecting change at your school, as you have demonstrated it through your electronic portfolio, is a major piece of your grade in the class and also your licensure. So again, that's the process that I want you to use to submit these in Blackboard. I'm going to give you some good feedback this week. This ought to be your focus this week. Do the readings. Do keep up with the discussions, please. But make sure that you are on top of this. So check out Jim's notes. That's in the content here. I have also, I want to redirect you to the handbook. I've already got that open. No, okay. I want to redirect you to the handbook, please, and make sure that you are following the rubric. And when I say that, I'm talking about the skip content and descriptive rubrics. They very clearly state what you need to do in order to be proficient on each of these documents. Yes, it's a lot to read, but please do come here and look at this stuff. So coming up this week was the process journal. Candidate research is the purpose of the process journal. determine pivotal points in the process, develop a list of activities, decision points, conflicts, resolution, success. This is proficient. If you need to know what to do to write your skip E in order that it be proficient, it's right here, folks. So do read that and work on it. And yes, you are to meet these descriptor rubrics as well. So that's in the handbook. Make sure you've read your handbook. Back to content. Here is where, well, your Module 4 content is for sure. This week, please do look at the Public School Forum Finance Study, the DPI web quest, and I'm going to load 2 additional articles here that are supplementary readings for you. One on the business of school, the business side of the money, and the other about a process for how to design a budget. In content, you'll also find the assignments. Here is where, oh, several other things here. Exemplars. These here is where Jim's notes are that I just reviewed with you. This is an incomplete EE3. It's an excellent one, but Part C is missing. And here's another student sample that I loaded for you to check out. Back in content is also the assignments, and here is where you will open and please load the skip C, D, and E. Here it says one Word document. Again, I would kind of prefer those as 3 separate Word documents. You need to go back and change that. And that's all for this week. Thank you so much. No, I'm sorry, the web quest. One last thing. In the discussion, you're going to find this. There is a lot of stuff on the DPI website. In particular, I would like you to look at the stuff under Financial and Business Services, allotments, and this is a class activity, and I do not want you to respond to each of these different questions, but I challenge you to take some time at your leisure and work through this. Know what a PMR is. That's an important document, Principal's Monthly Report. ADM, how does that differ from ADA, Average Daily Attendance? What can you transfer funds? How can you legally transfer some codes, and which codes can you transfer? And then finally, there are the state allotments, the planning and the real allotments with adjustments that your LEA, your local education agency or school district gets. This is the way the block funding grants flow from the state to your district, and you can go there and find the money. So I challenge you in your website to drill down to your district. I don't think you can drill down to your school, but find out about the money. As the sun sets in the west and the sun's in my eyes, have a great week. Talk to you soon.